Right, good morning. Welcome to the Wiltshire Caravans video handover for this Lunar Quasar 544. Just start around at the back as I always do, and then we'll just talk through how everything hopefully is supposed to work. So, obviously at the back, so you've got all your lights and your grab handles. So you've got your reversing lights, indicators, brake lights, fog lights. You've also got your corner steadies at the back. You've got a top, a high visibility brake light as well. So come around to the side, the important bits. So this is where the pink rinse goes in, or your pink flush. So that goes in there. Used to use an old 2-litre pop bottle, put a bit of pink in there, check your whichever brand you use to see how much you need to dilute, and put in there. This is the very important area, obviously the loo. Right, so you'll know when this needs emptying. There's a light on, comes on in the toilet area to say that the cartridge or cassette is full. It's the standard Thetford cassette, so lift up and just pull towards you and bring that out. Then you need to take that off, push forward, and then to release all the wonderful stuff, press that. That just releases any air pressure as well. And you'll want to rinse out. So open that flap there, open there, and rinse and repeat the emptying process. Okay, you can just about see the float in there. That float is the what shows when it's full. Okay, so close that back up, slide across. The amount of blue liquid or green, whatever you use, can be determined. In here you've got a sort of a set of measures there. Just fill, can go straight in there, or you can pour it into this side here, and literally just slide back in and you're ready. For winterizing, you'll want to empty the reservoir, that's any pink that's in there. Just under here there's a little tube, so open the tube, open the little grommet, and gravity does the rest. Okay, so moving further along, this is where the waste outlets are for the 2 sinks, so the bathroom and kitchen, and for the shower. Then you've got the alloy wheels. Torque on alloy wheels is 130 Newton meters. Then you've got the a new PowerTouch Freedom motor mover on there. That's a separate video for that one. And in here is your battery box. Okay, so also that's where your electric hookup is. You'll notice that the isolator for the motor mover is placed there, so you cannot activate the motor mover whilst your hookup is in. Okay, but again, that's a separate video. Right, so water in. Oh, I didn't show you those. So there's your 2 vents for your fridge and freezer. Okay, so your water. So here's the aqua roll. Pump inside. The pump itself, there's a trigger there. Ooh, if I can get my finger out of the way, there's a trigger there. Pull, and then give it a bit of a squeeze. There's some water coming out because there's water in there. But and likewise, just push in. Give it a bit of a wiggle sometimes. Push in to put the water in. Obviously, pump end goes into the aqua roll, and you're ready to rock. The last bit over there, so that says Truma. This is the exhaust port. So if you're using your caravan on gas for hot water and heating, that's the exhaust port. Alright, coming to the front, to the gas locker. Let's just open this up. Okay, so the gas locker's got an area for 2 gas bottles. Obviously there's an electric lead. There's also a very long coax there for the TV arrow. or ATV oil. Pigtail set up for propane. And a couple of other bits and bobs in there. The chassis itself is the Alco chassis. So, all good. Right, continuing. Oh, let's close that down. Around the outside, as the corner setties again. Here, nice little wet locker, but within here there is a 230 volt socket. Very handy, you can run that into your awning. You've got your awning light up there, vent for the microwave. Important information down here, so you've got the CRIS number, which is the SGLS number on here. Also the maximum plated weight of 1350. It does say on here that the alloy wheels should be torqued at 95. That has been revised, that should be 130 Newton meters. Okay, and under here it's just an external locker underneath the bed. So we're going to go inside, have a look round and show you how things work. So, excuse me, I'm just going to take my shoes off and I'll be with you. Okay, so here we are inside. Just a quick whiz round before I do start the procedure on how to get everything going. All your bits and bobs, or bobs and bits. Quick look around. Obviously, nice big shower. It is a very big shower. It is a nice shower. Right, okay, so coming into the van first time, you've got a control panel up there, but before we do that, you put that on. There's a Sargent system on this caravan, and with the Sargent system there is a shutdown, so you can shut down complete power. I'm going to turn everything on. Okay, so the water heater's on, charger's on, and so now is the main power. There's your fuses and your breaker switches. Everything's labelled down there that you will need to see, so no panic. So that's the first part of the startup procedure. To be fair, you don't have to turn that shutdown off all the time, but it will shut down everything. Okay, so at this stage, setting the leisure battery is charging because I've turned the shutdown button on. So mains power for us now is in there. Okay, so there's your power. Lights are those ones. There's lots of individual lights on in here. This one is for the awning light. So you can say choose your battery, vehicle battery not connected. Well, that's because we're not plugged into anything. And it's just saying select battery. It's the leisure battery. Well, we know that anyway. This button is the water pump. So you know I showed you outside where you're connected in when you want to get the water running. Water pump. You might have heard that coming, so it started to come through. Now I know there's water in here already because I tested it this morning. But if you're on site first time, make sure the first thing, again we're going back down underneath the front bench, there's a yellow tap there. Make sure it's in that position. If it's in the vertical position, it will let all the water out of the hot water heater and all of the taps if you open the taps up. So particularly for winterizing, empty everything by opening that tap to the vertical position. Everything will just drain onto the floor. Okay, so you can adjust the time and just tell you it's the LCD control panel. That is very basic and very simple, so happy days. The next one, the Truma heating. As you can see, it's come on and you need to press that button. This is a push and a rotary knob. So the thing that's flashing at the moment is the temperature, what you want the temperature to be in here. Click, it's currently saying off. Well, literally up and down what temperature do you want it to be within the caravan. I suggest 21 is quite a comfortable temperature. At that point, what would happen, this flame would flash until it reaches the temperature in here. Now I've had the heating on, so I know it's already up to temperature, but that would flash. So it's nothing to do with gas, it's just that your heating is warming up. So press again to get back in the menu. Hot water, press, you got off, eco or hot. Now the hot is very hot. Eco is more than sufficient generally. But if you're going to go for showers, etc., turn it on to hot, that's not a problem. The next one is which fuel are you going to use? But currently it says gas. Well, we've got no gas connected, so you've got mix 1, gas and electric, mix 2, gas and more electric, electric 1 or electric 2. Electric 2 takes up more power and will heat up things more quickly. As you can see, the water heating is flashing now, so that shows that is warming up. You don't actually need that on at the moment, so if I go back to the water from hot, you go just to off. Now the hot water is not coming on. Okay, next one is the fan. You've got eco or high. If, however, in the summer that we've just had, hello, we have a visitor. I'll remove that before the if the temperature is set to off and you go into the fan, you have it off or vent. That will blow air around the caravan at the air temperature. So whilst, you know, it's just a fan effect really, and very, very helpful, very useful. Okay, next one, down in the corner, you can set the timer. This is the back button, by the way, so if you have to do something, just go back. Next one, set the time, and the next one is the index. Right, offset. So if you have a thermometer in here and you want it to be 21 degrees in here, but it says actually it's already 24, you can, by pressing offset, you can minus or plus, or actually only minus the system, up down to 5 degrees to get it as accurate as the actual temperature is. Okay, that's just the temperature, but brightness, well, depends how bright you want this screen. It's just to do with the screen, nothing else. Okay, then whether you want a 12 or 24-hour clock. Language, I suggest we don't change that. Then the index. Now that would mean nothing to any of us, so don't worry about that. But it's a very simple system. The more you play with it, the easier it gets. But you know, I don't have any qualms about anyone not being able to use the system. So going back, first one is the temperature you want in the van. The next one is for the temperature of the water. Well, then the next one is what fuel you're going to use. Then the fan speed, the timer, and then the clock set. To turn the whole system off, keep the button pressed down for probably about 10 seconds. It does take a while, then it will just say off. Alright, nice and simple to use. Alright, so going around the van now, showing you where the drain down is. So really underneath here, that's pretty much everything you're going to need to know. So this is, if you want to make the front bunks into a double bed, just pull those out and then rearrange the cushions. Little table here. Don't bump your head on these like I just did. In here there is a radio CD player. There's an aerial outside, which I didn't show you on the outside part of the video, so apologies for that, but it is there. Just cupboard spaces till you get to the kitchen area. Got a sink with mixer tap. Dometic fridge, so the fridge, power on and off There's that one. So back on again. We'll run on electric. We'll run on gas. It will beep because we've got no gas connected. It's also say that on the battery. So that battery sign is when you're running the fridge on the alternator of the car or on the car battery. So as long as the fridge is already cold, this will maintain a temperature. It will not cool it down from the very beginning, but it's probably, if you keep your van in storage, it's good for when you're coming home. You can keep all your food cold, or whatever's in the fridge cold. But while we're talking about temperature, this is the temperature setting. I would just say go to 4 rather than 5. Open the door. There you go, you've got a nice freezer compartment in there for your ice, for your gin and tonics. Nice size fridge. Sometimes you may find that the fridge door, the fridge beeps at you. There's a couple of reasons it could be. It could be that the door's not shut correctly, because if the light stays on inside, the fridge will think it's still open and eventually will beep, warning. It might beep because there's low power on your site. It's a possibility. There's loads of reasons. Check that the door's closed first, and then we can, if there's any problems, do give us a call. 01373 752 100. Okay, so light switch for the kitchen area. The cooker, it's got one electric hob, 3 gas burners. The gas burners will obviously not light when the lid is down. The electric hob might come on. Okay, now, so as you can see, it will come on even with the lid down. That could be problematic if you've got kids or if you're prone to knocking things. Underneath the cooker there is a plug with a switch that is just the isolator for that electric hob, so you can turn that off there if you wish to do so. There's also 2 isolators here for the gas isolators for the fridge and for the hot water, and just above it you can see the one for the oven and grill and the hobs. So the oven and grill and 3 grill and 3 gas burners. Light for the oven. Sorry, it's not, it's a sparker, as you can hear. Light for the oven. I'm going completely balmy. But separate oven and grill. Happy days. On the other side, microwave oven. It's got an eco, so press eco first and that will turn it on. Eventually it will turn itself off. And then that's also got the isolator up there. Got an area here for your TV, TV points, 12 volt socket and 230 volt, obviously lights just for that area. Big old double bed, French bed, plenty of room underneath there for storage. Got TV bracket in here and another aerial point there, so if you want to watch TV in bed. Just cupboard space up the top. Big old wardrobe in here. In here you've also got your TV aerial, so twist, lift this up, push it in the direction, point it in the direction everyone else has got their TV aerials in, then retighten up to and then retune your TV. Okay, that's just the booster, the amplifier, TV amplifier there. Okay, all these lights have got individual switches. You can just about see that there. Toilet. Yep, it's definitely a toilet. This is where the light comes on when the cassette needs emptying. The toilet swivels, but when you want to empty the contents, slide that across. That opens that flap up on the cassette, drops everything into it. But make sure you close this afterwards, otherwise you'll struggle to get the cassette out, apart from the fact that you're leaving the hole open, so to speak. Okay, so large shower. Good grief. sync. Scary person in the mirror. Hello. And the switch, obviously the light switch. But pretty much, I'm not going to open any of these as it's pouring with rain at the moment. I don't want anything to get wet in here. But that's pretty much everything on your on this Lunar Quasar 544. Any questions? Always feel free to give us a call on 01373 752 100. That's 01373 752 100. And thank you for watching. If you do like these videos, please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And any comments, most comments are gratefully received. Alright, thanks very much. Bye bye now.